Yo, what is up, folks? TCG here. It is the Friday of Pro Tour and Murders at Karlov Manor, and we've just had Pioneer Decklist published, including this awesome Rakdos Vampires list, which Team CFB Ultimate Guard are playing. I've pulled up Redix list here. I will include a link in the description as well, but let's kind of have a look at this. So you got a Rakdos mid-range deck, but taking advantage of this Vampire package with Sorin. The big thing that you're dropping into play here with this -3, but a vampire creature card from your hand on the battlefield, is a Vein Ripper. Super powerful mythic vampire from Karlov. 3 black, 6/5, flying, and then has ward sacrifice a creature. Pretty powerful, but this ward sacrifice a creature ability even better than you think it is. If your opponent only has one creature in play, for example, they cast their removal spell, but you get to respond before that ward trigger actually goes off. And so you can just kill their creature, the ward fizzles, and so they just burn their removal spell for nothing. So that's like a nice little synergy. Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life, awesome. So we have Sorin for Vein Ripper. This is like the big thing that you're doing. But then there's also a bunch of other synergy here. Rakdos midrange, of course, already playing Bloodtide Harvester, awesome vampire, its removal. Hey, you can loot away off of the blood token, super powerful. And then we have Dust Legion Zealot and a Preacher of the Schism here. So Dust Legion Zealot, 1 and a black for a 1/1, ETB, draw a card, lose a life. Comes in like, hey, you like draw through your deck, you got a blocker in play, but with Sorin, it does so much more. Obviously, the -3 is the big thing. We get to put Vein Ripper into play, but the pluses super great with Harvester, Zealot, and Preacher. But particularly with Zealot, where like normally it's just like coming down, drawing you a card, and then kind of sitting around. Like Ichry's Copter, that bit's awesome too. But +1, give it Death Touch and Lifelink and a counter, start making these bigger, or alternatively, sack them off to go shoot things down. Sacrifice a Vampire, 3 damage to any target, you gain 3 life, which also gives you a bit of reach as well. Like burn your opponent down. Creature Schism, also another Schism. Yeah, 2 and a black for a 2/4 with Death Touch, but 2 really nice abilities. When it attacks the player with the most life or tied for most life, make a vampire. When it attacks while you have the most life or tied for the most life, you draw a card and lose a life. Makes creature on the board, draws you cards, does kind of everything you want, and this kind of package of vampires is super powerful. And of course, we're playing this in a black-red mid-range, or Rakdos mid-range deck. We have our 4 copies of Fable the Mirrorbreaker, just a couple of copies of Smuggler's Copter, 1 bit of Triumph, it's like a bigger removal spell to kind of like supplement the 4 copies of Fatal Push, and then we're playing 4 Thoughtseize with a Duress to help kind of clear the way for Sorin, clear the way for Vein Ripper, and interact with some of the combo decks of the format. The mana base, 4 Mutavault, 3 Cavernous Souls. Like, hey, these again you can tick up with Sorin, you can sacrifice to Sorin, awesome. There's also 2 Hive of the Eye of Tyrants here. I think these are really a shout towards blue-white control being very popular at the moment. The 3 Cavernous Souls, obviously also incredible, and we're naming Vampire here, of course. And then kind of rounding things out, there's Attack-Anuma, 3 Swamps, 4 Cliffs, 1 Pathway, 4 Blood Crypts, 3 Sulphurous Springs. So yeah, you get to play a ton of manlands, which is super nice versus the control decks in the format. And then I'll go through the sideboard, but what I'll actually do is play this in best of 1, just because, hey, I didn't build this. It's hot off the press, and I've not had a chance to play with it a ton. But 2 Lilianas here, so you're attacking some of the control decks of the format. Also, hey, somebody might be playing something like Auras or Hexproof. 4 Leyline of the Void for graveyard decks, whether that be like Phoenix, Greasefang, which other stuff. Shieldred, like another threat, some of the mid-range control matchups. We've got a couple more Duresses versus things like Lotus Field. It's another bit of Triumph. 3 Damping Spheres, again, like really do not want to lose to Field. And again, like, hey, decent versus Phoenix as well. And then 2 Path of Perils, holding things down versus aggro decks. And yeah, this entire deck, there's not even an Orbog on the mana base, so this is entirely playable on Arena in the Explorer format, and so I'm going to take it into some best of 1 ranked matches. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, I super appreciate it. And yeah, let's get into the matches. Alright, first match here with Rakdos Vampires, let's see. We have the Vein Rippers, but with no Sorin. We do have like a Smuggler's Copter Bloodtide at the start, so I'm going to keep this. And if in doubt, loot these away. So I think the Smuggler's Copter actually plays a decent role. I mean, obviously it's a super great card. But being able to like, hey, smooth out some of the draws we have, stuff like this, is good. And obviously you've got the blood tokens as well. I wonder if we're playing a mirror. All these is rough. They're probably going to take Copter here. But hey. Harvester down. Alright, well, we'll play this. We'll keep the Harvester hidden, but they might also just have a removal spell for this, so they're happy about it. Could be Rakdos from their side. Yeah, okay. Silver Springs. They could have been mono black. This is a kind of interesting one. We hit a third land, which is nice. Preacher kind of prevents at least Harvest coming down the other way. I feel like we're going to be mana efficient here. Go ahead and cast this. Then I can also threaten to attack. Go ahead and crew this up. Take action. We'll take a cavern. I'll discard one of these Vein Rippers. They know about them. Fine. Can loot towards a Sorin. Or alternatively, hey, we can maybe get to 6 land to cast this. Currently there at 14. 40s plus the Sulphur Springs. So currently getting the, hey, make tokens. These tokens being able to then like crew Smuggler's Copter while it attacks is super nice too. Alright, Sorin into... Do they have it? I guess actually there might be a bunch of mirrors for like the next like few days. Now I think about it. Immediate regret. This thing gets attacked still, which is cool. But this is tough. Thinking about whether or not to attack. I do not know. Yeah, because the Harvester doesn't block the Harvester doesn't block the Preacher. We need to kill Sorin. Then we attack the player. Ooh, that's tough. Well, we're for sure not gonna... I think this should be the priority. Oh, it's while you have. Oh wait, no, yeah, of course. We're on highlighter, we're drawing cards. Alright, that connects, that's good. I think leaving Sorin in play lets them do way too much stuff. Yeah, we can double up here. With vampires with this, make our mana a little easier. I'm actually gonna play this with black and colorless. Well, Zealot first. We'd like, obviously, would like to like draw in towards Sorin. Mutavault is land number 6. Get these into play. Alright. Yeah. So, this deck doesn't have great answers to a Vein Ripper ourselves. If we find like 2 more blood tokens, we can harvester it. But we have that 1 copy of Bitter Triumph. And so, you know, not leaning super hard on the mirror here. Be a little tricky. New Harvester. Does let them shoot the Preacher down. That's big. This one creature's that we control die? Or whenever a creature dies, gee. Yeah. Can't do anything about that. And then, yeah, another creature dies. Yeah, okay. Well. This is the board state. This currently puts us to 8. We still take a bunch of damage if we... Are we meant to block with Copter because we might be able to draw towards Bitter Reunion or... This can attack though now. We block with a Copter... We're not doing this for another turn, so we need to live. So I think saving... Even though it's like only saving a little bit of life, I think this is still worth doing. Like if they have Fatal Pushes, like this game is pretty done already, but hey. They do. We're gonna take 2 plus the 6. Okay, yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Ow. Sorry for breathing. So we drew the Bitter Reunion. I'm gonna play the Mutavault. Oh, we don't want to discard the Springs. We want to play this. A3 life. What's the danger? They're 2 lands off of activating Hive. It does put us within Sauron range, but like ideally we're gonna get to start gaining life off of this next turn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think we pay life here. Oh, I'm gonna be so done. We go to 1. We ball. Yep, I know what. Oh, that triggers itself. Oh my god. You genius. Absolute genius. Of course it does. Well, there are some lessons to take away from this. Nice. Yeah, so that was my quick tutorial on how not to play against Vein Ripper. Hopefully that was enlightening. Let's try not to play against the Mirror this time. We'll see. Go ahead and keep this. Hide into Thoughtseize. Let's see what we're playing against. Alright. Just burn. Take the Lava Runner. Kind of boring, but I think that is the play. Oh, we have Fatal Push. We actually should not take that. I'm dumb. Let's take Strike. Skewer is really awkward. We can kind of strand that in their hand a little bit. Okay. Sometimes taking the extra 2 seconds is valuable. And yeah, from what I was just saying, we're just going to hold this Zealot. That's fine. I just want to make this play so they don't get to use the Skewer. Who knows what the 2 random cards they've drawn, but we'll play to what we know. And we have Fable coming down. And hey, we may just end up punching this. Lumimancer is interesting. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and do this. And we know they have the land for the Skewer. It depends what they want to do. So this gets +2/+2 when they cast this sort of sorcery. Is Swift Spear on steroids, but like no power by itself, and obviously no haste. What we got? They just like kill this, hit us for a bit. They can attack and play the game. Okay. No games today. The question I have to be is like how many like trample effects have they got? Or like things like that. Are they playing things like Monstrous Rage? They're gonna go ahead and Skewer here. Double spell. We're gonna go to 11. Okay. That's chill, that's chill. Alright, we don't need both Fables. The Takanuba, like I like having the extra land here. We can want to, oh yeah, I think we get rid of one of these Zealots for now. Because at the moment our players make Fable. There's more lands. Okay. 1 unknown card plus Ramanap. We're flipping one of these back next turn. Our opponent got to showcase the most powerful bit of the Vampire deck last time. That thing saying each creature, and then obviously having like Blooded Harvest and all that stuff, like, hey. If I'm blocking here, I'm like knowing they're gonna have something to kill it. We do have Zealot. This is gonna flip. But our objective at the moment is to survive. So I'm gonna make the block here. We're gonna get to chuck a bunch of cards. They have a lightning strike, but hey, we have to fade some damage. Alright. Thoughtseize on the last card I'm probably just not gonna cast. So let's go ahead and ditch Thoughtseize Swamp. For that, Fatal Push is super handy. We'd do this now rather than on their turn, and then we can also have the Takanuma activation. Just in case there's something that protects it and then also does damage to us. I'll hold this, but hey. We will assemble Reflection Splinter Twin kind of anyway. Let's see what it's on. Nothing. They'll they definitely play it for Ramanap Ruins, so I assume they have like instant speed burn spells. We are on not a very high life total. At the end of the day. Would like to find something like a Sorin, where we get to guarantee gain some life. That'd be super, super handy. Takanuma also returns Planeswalkers. Love that. Okay, unfortunately, cannot cast Vein Ripper quite yet. We kept the land maybe. Like, the plan here will be to go when it attacks. Yeah, it still counts the Planeswalker. Go ahead and do this. Make this, we've got a couple mana open. We can Reflection this straight away. They shouldn't have a removal spell for it. It's a case of, hey, they don't have 8 damage or burn spells, because that would have killed us already. So, yeah. We're not even gaining life, we're going to make a lifelink creature. So then, you know, maybe we get to do something. What's up? Lightning Helix! Oh my god. Getting some life gain in play. Because they have the Ramanab. If they have another 2-3 damage burn spell here, we are toast. Yeah, I think that's it. We got a lifelink here. If you find a land, we get to play Vein Ripper. And the cool... Maybe not the coolest. Alright, Soulscar Mage. Oh, they had a tap... They have a tap land and not play it? They'd have played the Soulscar Mage for sure, right? You'd think. Slaughter is not getting cast. This gains life. We cloned this. That look play. We're on 5. We need to make sure we got. Oh, let's gonna skip it up. Alright, fair enough. I mean, yeah. Alright, another match of vampires. So we just got Copter. Alright, we got some vampires here. No Sorin. But hey, you don't have every game. Deck has to be able to survive without it. Actually, we've actually not drawn it yet. Sadly. Yeah. Eclipse. Turn 2 Smuggler's Copter into Preacher or Zealot. Eat a solid. However, and we do have a Sorin. Go ahead and shock for this. Make the Copter out. And then, yeah. Let's see. So, no more lives. Obviously, the enemy of today. I think given that we run the Zealot out. Also, they might have a Jawari Disruption, and this stops it. Hey, getting this no more lives, kind of fine. Better that than Sorin or the Preacher. And yeah, so this version, or well, I guess this build of red-black, I guess I'd say, is pretty solid versus blue-white, kind of getting sick. Well, it's at least taking advantage of a ton of manlands. Double no more lies. Okay, yeah. But now, like, double Sorin with no creatures to speak of. So let's hold these for now. Try a Fable. Where are we at? A Veto out. Alright. Harvester. That itself is fine. That'll at least let us kind of like offload some of our kind of clunkiness with our hand. But hey, 4 cards open. You're kind of expecting to get Wandering Emperor to some extent here. We will go ahead and take action. We can bend the land. We don't need that. That is fair enough. Yeah, I'll eat off of it. I think that... Did you want to Thoughtseize? We've not shown anything yet, so I think saying go here is the thing to do. I wonder if they'll top out of something like a Teferi. That's kind of how their hand is situated. Doesn't look like it. And we do have to get rid of a Sorin here. Sucks, but I think that's the life we're living in. To be fair, we've already shown. There are no more lies, but these kind of given the game away a little. Let's start with an attack. Harvester into the zone. Again, like, need to play the Sorin out. Thrown Fable up again. Alright. Play onto the board. Help us sculpt our hand a little bit. They have a Deluge. We'll see where we play from there. If they have Farewell here, it's pretty rough for us, but we deal with that. But it's not literally the worst. I'm discarding Zealot. Sorin's such a weird point right now. Just this. Alright, like double Harvester Tree build with isn't too bad. They have like second Wrath. It's a little... Hey. If they Wrath here, then we get the backside of Fable into play. And that itself enables some other stuff. We've not had our, like, nut draw in the matches we've played. There's the 5 Fairy. We have a bit of Triumph. And we've got a life to pay for that. And this time, that life won't kill us. Or at least unlikely to. Send these at a face, see what goes on. I feel like I should try this on upkeep. Let's stop here. I'll loot one of these. Better push away now. Maybe it gets to kill a hole later on, but it's pretty rough. We're only on 4 lands. So it's a big ask. The blood cycle left. If they do something here, then I will just go ahead and bit a Triumph to Fairy. Like if they have another Barrier Boost, yeah. Go ahead and do this. We'll pay some life to kill this. No longer need to stop.
I'll have a better plan next time.
Alright. I think kind of starting to deal with what we've got on board. Go ahead and loot this away. Four, 8. This is a nice backup. Let's activate this on Bloodside Harvester. I am gonna get a blood token. There's a lot of mana. Oh, if we do this and then we get a farewelled, so tough.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. We
Okay.
must protect the people.
God, I think they're gonna have a counter spell, right? But it seems very foolish not to try it. Make us Sorin. We do, in fact, get veto. Alright, sure. Does it go away? They're gonna get to exile the reflection with the Wandering Emperor, which super sucks. And we might be at them turning the corner. We're on 7. That lands. Land number 4. Discount filter. I want to do this anyway. Alright. You can't attack with the harvest, so they can do with this right now anyway. We can cast Bane Ripper next turn, but I think this Memory Gleage probably seals the deal. Let's see what we can force. If they go to animate here, I have another Wandering Emperor. There.
Guards, to me.
For a shot Crevane Ripper. And see what kind of counter spell this runs into. Yeah, not having a cabin either, kind of rough. Didn't have a nut drunk, I didn't have a pass. This will be game over, I believe, so I scoop it up. Alright, so lost the mirror, win versus mono red, lost to blue white. Hey, this version, I think I will keep this. Is a little better versus blue white than some of the other Rakdos decks, just because of all the manlands and the Cavern of Souls. Go ahead and lead on this. So I think this will be one last game here. Witch's Oven. Ooh. Could be Black Red Sacrifice, but also is the Black Green deck that plays the Blood Crypt here. And I will Smoke Copter. Gets us further through our deck faster, so we're playing this next time. Yeah, there's a Black Green deck playing Insidious Roots, which is also kind of interesting. This actually looks to maybe be mono black, given the Gifted Aetherborn. Super interesting, but we have our combo, quote unquote. We get to be on the good end. Here is a Sorin. We're gonna make a Bane Ripper. If they're doing Witch Oven things, they're gonna have a nasty surprise, I feel like.
Vampire lore. Foolish.
Here's a Vainribber. And we can actually just go ahead and crew with this. You definitely don't want to block that Death Touch creature. And I mean, once it's in play, I'm not too worried about the Sorin dying. Alright, I think I should discard this Swamp here. And yeah, so Witch's Oven is currently a lot of damage. This is kind of fine. Yeah, we could have animated tried to block here, but it's likely they have things like Fatal Push floating around on their hand. So, hey. Alright. And sure. They're going to sacrifice. They're going to lose 2 from the Murderous Rider, 2 from the Gifted Aetherborn, and then 2 from the Vainripper. You find out, there's a lot of triggers. Okay, nice. And then we have Fable. Gonna make the Mutavault now. Let's go follow this. Follow this. Play this. Go ahead and crew up. And so, hey, we didn't get to keep it around for long, but it did a ton. And we will take action, like the Takanuma is not doing much. At this, they've got a handful of cards. I think this is actually fine. We'll discard this. I would have thought these. That's kind of weird. To be fair, it might just get cashed into the Fable anyway. Same for the Takanuma. Let's see what they got to come back with. Solarcopter flowing over the top of any of the nonsense they have going on the ground is pretty nice. They have like Shieldred here, like that's not super fun. The one thing is that we do have 4 copies of this in our deck, and maybe want to cast another one. Virtue here is not so fun. Virtue being able to reanimate this is something pretty interesting that I hope to not have to deal with. Surely we don't get to do our thing and then also lose the game. Let's ditch these. I think I'm fine ditching the Thoughtseize. Yeah. Okay. We have 2 chances to hit land with this? Sort of, but not really, right? Would rather ditch the Zealot now. They're slowly gonna get Cat Ovened as well. They might still have Fatal Push. Like, if we can like make a treasure, get to a land here. Over the next turn, I think this time we do this, now that we've got the Vainripper. Alright, so then down to 10. I'll play land. Yeah, no, 100%, because then we can draw into another one, even if we don't get to attack with us. Okay, okay. And then, yeah, Cat Oven. So, 2 more lands they get to make a Virtue, which is pretty scary. I'm yet to see dueling Vainrippers. Okay. Yep. My turn. Go ahead and ditch the Zealot here. Tap land's fine. It means we do need to attack with this. There's no point in like unquote or risking. They do have a lot of things to sacrifice. They're gonna gain yeah. They gain like 2 here to 12. As if they want to make the block. Maybe they think we have like Fatal Push or something. Take action on this block. Let's go up to Dark Cliffs. It's getting eaten, but paid a worthy price. Yes, I get a 9 and we'll go ahead and make our Vainripper. So like I said, you can respond to that War Trigger, which, if your opponent's not got many creatures in play, can be pretty powerful. Like if you can kill, if you can like Fatal Push that one creature, but hey, not always possible. And so yeah, they're gonna do that. all the draining stuff they can now. Because once the Vayne Ripper's in play, it's not really possible. The other thing is that we get to, hopefully, Fable the Vayne Ripper. But I think that if they don't have an answer to it, then they're pretty dead. Not like get legend rules. Oh, there is like a Vanifar combo deck getting played as well that like legend rules Kokosho in a way that keeps bringing it back and back and back and back and back, I think. But yeah, the new Kokosho, that is. I'm not gonna block it. I'm not interested. Maybe they have a sweeper. I haven't. Okay. Gary is wild. My turn. There's a bunch of stuff here, right? So firstly, let's go ahead and copy this. That should be the first thing that we do. Alright. Just fire up the meter bolts and attack with everything. So this is 2, 4, and then we can create this. Me feels like this is enough because this will also die and trigger. Yeah. I forgot about the auto attack. Get me out of here. I played around it. Alright. 6, 12, 15, 17. But these will do a bunch of nonsense. Like, yeah. It'll be GG one way or the other. Anything that like blocks and dies costs a bunch of life. I'm gonna end step here. That'll get sacrificed. This triggers, the other one triggers. Yeah, we got him. Just as planned. Alright, so pretty sweet matches. But yeah, this is the list. Again, a Team CFB Ultimate Guard creation. See how it does at the actual Pro Tour. Again, link in the description, along with some other spicy stuff as well for the Pro Tour. Like the most interesting deck lists, I guess. There's a cool article on that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, do please like, subscribe, all that kinds of stuff. Let me know if you want to see some of the other decks featured. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.